All right, so make sure everything's all right. So put the no, turn that off. I just want to see the comments for that one. Put these right here, so I can like look at the comments over here. All right. Hey, Cheryl. We got to put Cheryl up on the screen. The person that put me in the Nowsite when it was called Royalty. You know what's so funny is that when me and Michelle joined this company, when we first joined, we actually let me get my water too. I'm supposed to be drinking a gallon of water a day, so I gotta make sure I'm still taking in my water. So let me get that in. But yeah, when we joined Nowsite, right in the beginning when it was called Royalty, it was like I was like, man, I don't know. This company might be around for like 6 months. We'll see. We'll ride it till the wheels fall off. You know what I mean? And then 8 years later, here we is. At $1.5 million later, here we is. So yeah, definitely changed a lot of lives on and a lot of different things. It really catapulted, you know, my career to another level. You know, I'm never gonna be a hater. Always kept it real when it came to that. You know, I had success before Nowsite. I had built my name. You know, what's up, my man DePaul? Met him through Nowsite as well. Been on my team for at least 7 years. Matter of fact, maybe the whole 8. I think he's been here the whole 8. He's been on my team the whole 8 years. You know what I mean? So, yep. But you know, we had success. You know, when we first met. Actually, where I met Michelle, as we was trading first. You know, BTS, binary trade signal. That's why I started, because I always have vision, and I'm always thinking of doing my own thing and never just being a slave to no companies and none of that, right? So when we joined, we was trading, and we was trading with some other companies. You know, the Green Room, for people that remember back then. You know what I mean? We was trading with the Green Room and stuff, and I end up saying, you know what, man, they making money over here. Like the money, we need to be selling the picks and the shovels. We over here trying to trade, and we over here blowing accounts every other day and all this other stuff, and we gotta do all this educating and all that. Man, you know what? We need to be providing the signals. We need to be providing the signals. So hey, I end up teaming up with this programmer that actually knew how to program, and it's crazy too, because I've never met anybody like him since. But he knew how to program Thinkorswim accounts to actually like automate trading. Like he'll show you when the arrow pop up when it's time to take a trade, a put or a sell. And we're trading binary options, so it's not really complicated. It's up or down. You just gotta win above that price or below that price. So man, you know, that person came, that person built me a system that was automated. Man, I built a network marketing company around it, and that was the first time I made 6 figures online. I ain't gonna hold you. And then from there, that built up a little brand. I like my brand a little bit though. I still wasn't super killing it, but I was still doing my thing. I could make, you know, 4 figures here, you know, a few $100s there, but nothing major, nothing really over like 5,000. I never hit. I still didn't hit that, you know, that $10,000 a month range until I did BTS. But the problem with BTS is I had three partners, so I had to split the money. So I was like, yeah, I made 6 figures, but I didn't make it by myself, right? So I didn't really feel like I'm really made 6 figures yet. Like, nah, you made it, but you didn't really make it though. Like, you didn't make it by yourself. So, you know, I was like, all right. So then she burned Nowsite was a beacon. You know, like I still got them on my thing over there. Like, I can't. But she was like, yeah, at this beacon, you know, you put it places you can advertise your business, right? And I'm like, okay, that's dope. That's something different, right? But it just looked like a novelty at the time. It was no marketers. Justin wasn't even a network marketer, none of that. You know, he network market was the first thing from his mind. You know what I mean? It was a very, very new situation. This company wasn't even 3 months old. I believe Betty Brock Porter was the first person in it that presented it to, her tribe and her peoples. And then, was Laura Smith and Cheryl Coco, believe it or not. Like, those were the first. So, like, those were the first people coming in. And then somehow Cheryl got a hold of this. Michelle, that put me in. And I don't know who she got it from out of this bunch. I think she got it from Betty, actually. And then she got me in, because I'm on Betty's team indirectly. So, so she did that. And man, the rest was history. The rest was history. You know what I mean? That was the first time that I made six figures because it took off like wildfire. And I mean, that first year, not even the first year, the first 3 months, I had already was making $7,000. That's how I even got the check still up here. My first $7,000 made all in one time from one company. Oh man, I still got it in the frame on my wall right there, right? And that was the first time I did that kind of money. And then like by that summer, we joined in March. So by that summer, we had some kind of competition or something. I just blew it up. And that's when I hit the six-figure mark. Like, I mean, that's when I hit the like 10K a month. Like now I'm at 10K. And it was actually 11. So it was like I'm making 11,000. I was making 11,000 for a while, like about a good year from that point forward. Never made a dollar less than that at Nowsite. Like that was the start of everything. Like from that point forward, it was like, all right, that's the magic number. Like every marketer wants to get to making $10,000 a month, right? And boom, I did it. I was like, okay, we on now. And I just put the company on my back and I never looked back. And we was there from the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. We started off with one product, and then all of a sudden, Google, which was the provider that made it possible so our transmissions could pop up on people's phones. It was called nearby notification. Google shut it down. They was getting a whole bunch of responses from people. From the FCC, not from SC, but people saying, hey, I got spam. Like, why is people spamming my account? You know what I mean? I have people in here that I don't even know. You know what I mean? And then Google was like, this isn't what we was meant to use this as. No, this wasn't how it was supposed to be used. No, and they shut it down overnight. And it was two companies that was running this. We had a bunch of copycats because it was so lucrative. People would start copycatting off the chain because we found out, oh, you could buy these from China. Wait a minute. Go to Alibaba, buy me some beacons, put a sticker on it. Boom, I got a business. Slap a comp plan behind it. We killing it. So we had all these copycats pop up. It was, oh my God. I used to get tired of tired of these people. And again, I put Nowsite on my back. So I was like the warrior going to bat, doing the things that everybody else is saying but scared to do. Y'all know me. I'm super outspoken. So I was getting into it. It's funny too. You want to hear something funny? We was getting into it with some of the same people I get into it now online. Like I was getting into it with Curry Russell. Curry Russell was the biggest advocate for Servia Go. He was their person. Like if that company was still around right now, Curry Russell would be the ambassador for sure. Like just like he is in Live Good right now, he would be over there the ambassador because he put the company on his back. And then me and him would go back and forth with YouTube videos. I don't even think he do YouTube videos like this no more. But back then, he was on top of his game with the YouTube, and me and him would go back and forth. And we was the biggest people on YouTube. You go type in beacons and all that, man, me it's Curry Russell's gonna pop up because he's talking about Servia, I'm talking about Nowsite, and then we're going back and forth. But then when everything hit the fan, right? Then at that point, Servia went down right away. They didn't have no pivot. They didn't have vision. They had no other backup plan. Nowsite, one thing I always gave Justin credit for, because again, guys, you're going to hear a whole aspect of this situation because I always keep it real. I'm not a fake person, good, bad, and the ugly. I'm just going to put it out there how it's supposed to be and not just work from emotions. See, last night, when Nowsite said that they was getting rid of the affiliate program, right? A lot of people, myself included, instantly, boom, was angry, right? Because it was a shock. We didn't hear nothing. We didn't know what was coming up. You know what I mean? We didn't know what was going down. What was this coming from? And it was like, oh, wait a minute. This is crazy. That's how you're gonna do it, and you ain't gonna pay us? Oh, hold up. So you telling me you're gonna pull the plug and you ain't gonna pay the people that helped build this? That's crazy. Right? So instantly, I mean, rightfully so, everybody got upset. Everybody went to social media. And My first aspect, of course, was, man, go live. Go, tell your side. Tell, good, bad, ugly, this, and that. But then I was like, well, come on. That's the good emotional thing to do, right? But you play chess. You don't play checkers. Why would you do that? Why would you play checkers? You don't even know how this is all going to play out. You don't even know what the ultimate, anything's going to be. Give it 24 hours. Let's watch. Let everybody else jump out with emotions. And rightfully so. I'm not even blaming anybody that did. Because if you feel like you're not getting your money, it's the one thing I don't play with. Don't play with people's money. Don't play with people's money. So 100%, I'm not mad at nobody that got upset, poked their chest down and say, yo, man, what's up? But I just knew to play chess, to be 2, 3, 4, 5 moves ahead at all times. So I got to think ahead. If I jump out right now and I prematurely, start yelling to the masses and getting crazy and all that, then what is that going to do if there is a resolution or he does do the right thing? You know what I'm saying? What if he wants to pay me tomorrow, but then I already jump out there and say something crazy, and then you say, all right, well, then no way else sue me. I ain't paying you nothing. Whether it's rightfully mine or not, chess, not checkers. You could be rich or you could be right. I learned that a long time ago. I've been right a lot of times, and it cost me certain relationships because I had to be right. So I said, I'm gonna wait 24 hours. Let's see how this all play out. Let's see what's gonna happen, right? Let's see because I'm owed a conversation regardless, because I'm the top person in the company. So anything that we're going through, it affects me more than it affects anybody else. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Even if anybody else came through and did numbers, they didn't do them consistently as me. And that's not tooting my own horn, because there's been some greats in Nowsite. Nowsite wouldn't be a multi-million-dollar company if it wasn't. So obviously it was some greats. I didn't do it alone, but I did it consistently. That's the difference. The whole 8 years, there's never been a year, forget that. There's never been a month that I didn't get a sale. Nobody else can say that. There is never, until I stopped promoting. And even when I stopped promoting, some people trickled in from I don't know where, capture pages or something, and they still came in. So I've never went a year where I didn't get like 6-figure sales. That's the reason why I hit 1.5 million within the company, because I consistently did that. My highest pay was $28,000 a month. My lowest pay, $7,000 a month. My money didn't even drop until they took away the affiliate program, as far as not making it at least 10,000 or more. Dropping is still like saying 9,000, 8,000, 7,000. But think about it. Most people can't even maintain a number like that after 2-3 years. To do that for 8 years, almost made it to 10 years, is a blessing beyond I can't even say. And this is the reason why you've never seen me go above and beyond with the bashing or crazy. Now, look, I'm always going to speak my mind. I always do. I always have, and I always will. But I know when to crash out and when not to crash out. I know when to think and use your brain, and I know when to go off emotions. My main concern was this. The whole time. Now, some people is going to hate this, some people are going to love it, but it's going to be the realest thing I'm going to say. I'm serious. Because not only am I a marketer and a network marketer and all that, but I'm also a businessman, okay? Straight up, I'm a businessman. I'm not just a marketer. So people that do business understand business. And I always said this: if anybody knows me and they keeping it real, they've been in Nowsite from day one, no matter what we ever been through, I said, look, man, from an affiliate standpoint, I ain't gotta like what Nowsite doing at all. Matter of fact, I hate what Nowsite doing from an affiliate standpoint. But from a business standpoint, oh, I can understand how some of the moves they make. Now, let me explain what I mean by that, okay? And this is not taking anything from nobody, but I'm just being real. Right now, people are upset because Nowsite had made moves based off of them having corporate partners, right? Eric Worre, Herbalife. They teamed up with a couple of the new ones that's big, but I don't know what the names is, so I'm not gonna just say any old name and then be wrong. But they're big enough though. They're all $1 million companies, right? And you start getting those type of accounts. Now, prior to getting those accounts, you got about 1,500 affiliates. Now you got a lot of people in Nowsite. Don't get me wrong. It's a tool. So you got about 70,000 affiliates at this point, right? But those 70,000 affiliates, you got about 1,500 like actual, no, excuse me. You got 7,500 customers, but you got about 1,500 actual like affiliates, like people that's actually working the business, right? And out of those 1,500, you got about 200 really getting money, right? And when I say get money, I just mean they're getting a check. I don't mean they're getting crazy money. The ones that's getting crazy money, you probably got about 5 or 10 of them. Just being real. Been here the whole time. So I know the numbers. I can talk like this. So when you're looking at this, right? And this don't change much. And you know how you know when I'm saying is the truth? Because if you ever came to any one of our mandatory affiliate trainings, it always had 300 or less. It ain't never had more than 300 people in there, which means it ain't more than 300 people getting money. Because if you get money, you showing up because you want to get your money, right? Common sense right there. So that lets me know right there without nobody telling me. Now I ain't got to tell me nothing. I can use my own brain, look at what's going on and say, okay. So y'all got about 300 paid people. Out of that 300, how many people's making over $10,000 a month? Not many, right? How many making 5, 4, 3, 2? You know how it goes, network marketing. So we ain't even got to go through all that numbers. And it doesn't take away from anybody. I don't care if you're getting $50. That's your $50. You earned it. You should get it. Straight up. So, okay. So that's not the argument. The argument is from a business standpoint, if I'm looking at that number and this is what I'm dealing with for year 1, year 2, 3, 4, 5, it grows, it goes up, it goes down. We know, but for the most part, we're averaging there. And then I team up with somebody like Eric Worre, like him or not. No, I don't care what you care about his character. Something we talking about. I'm talking about from a business standpoint. Remember I told you, I can have how I feel as a networker because I could keep it real, not be fake. And I can also know how I feel as a business person. So from a business standpoint, you team up with somebody like Eric Worre. You talk at his event, 30,000 people sign up. What the hell? Wait a minute. You get more people to sign up than sign up in a whole year that you've been in business with all your marketers out there. Then you also know the numbers. So you look in the back office, you can see who's working, you can see who's not. And look, I'm not taking nothing away from it. The name of the game is work so you don't have to, right? So you can build your team and then stop working. But if you stop working, guess what? There's no new people coming in. If there's no new people coming in, then you pretty much eating off of who you already put in. From a business standpoint, if I'm seeing that, I'm thinking quickly, how can I grow? I love these people that's making me money and that made me money. Awesome. But we still need to keep growing. We don't want to get stagnated. So if you find a vehicle that now takes you from here to the moon, from a business standpoint, I ain't going to hate on that. I ain't going to lie to myself, say, you know what? I would still be there for the affiliates. Now, certain things we would have did differently. Absolutely. Certain things we would have did differently. For instance, if it's me, see, I'm from the field for the field because I'm from the field. See, these people ain't from the field. Let's be honest. You know, they went to Harvard. You know what I mean? They got along business. They learned how to do business like traditional business, not from a network marketing standpoint. I learned business from a network marketing standpoint. So I'm going to deal with the people like I want people to deal with me. So I would be giving bonuses and more, cash advances, and you earn it. You can get these little different things and these different incentives that's going to keep you motivated and want to even be here, and shows the appreciation I have for you for the things you've already done. Anytime I hit a milestone within my company, best believe I'm gonna celebrate my people that helped me get there. That's what we're a little bit different at. That's what we're a lot different. Because I feel like people like that, they went, Harvard and all that, they more about the bottom line, the PLR, the profits and losses and all, how much more profit can we get? We can squeeze every bit of profit we can, we going to. And me, not so much. I'm more of I'll take a hit on the front end and make more on the back end. I like to give more than I'm asking for. I know if I build those relationships, they're going to be a little bit more solid and people might stick around and ride with me longer and stronger. So when it comes to that, we see things differently. But what I'm not going to say is that, if I see that my business here is kind of stagnated, but right here, it just keeps going like this and like this and like this with every new corporate deal I come across, that I'm not going to do this to satisfy this. And these people ain't even doing with 100% working. The ones that are, it's a handful. Again, I would reach out to that handful. And I would take care of them. See, that's what we do things a little bit different. I can't say what everybody's, but that's what I would do. You know what I mean? Okay, I do see y'all working though. And y'all don't deserve to get swept under the situation because of that. See, these are things I would have did differently. I'm real. I told you, I give you the good, the bad, what I agree with him and what I don't agree with. I think that's fair. I'm not picking no sides. That's where he lost the people right there. Because it became too much about the business and less about the people. You got to remember the people that helped get you here. Got to take care of them at all times. Me personally, I look at things a little differently. Oh, we got about 100 like actual paid affiliates. Those are the only ones being affected, right? Man, let's go and grandfather those people in for life. You know what I mean? Man, let's go make sure they straight. I get it. No one else can promote this. Nobody. It's literally locked. But these people, they're in there. You know, like they earned that. Like those are the type of things I would do. And when I'm negotiating with these big corporations, I would make my voice known. That's how it has to be. Like I get it. We can't compete, but these people right here is no threat to your people. Because guess what? They can't do no more than what they're doing. All I'm saying is let them keep what they already done. Let them keep where they're at. Let them stay where they're at. You know what I mean? And if they want to go after that, that's fine. But at least if they know they already built the business and they happy where they are, then let them keep that. I don't think that's wrong. Or that's such a big deal or any threat to any company. So that's how I would run that portion. Okay. All right. But I can't be mad at somebody that's going to say, look, this model's working more than this. And unfortunately, we got to go with this. So if somebody gives me an ultimatum and say, hey, man, the affiliate program got to go because of the conflict of interest, then it's got to go. Now, check this out. Let's be honest. We watched Madeira. We watched a couple of other companies just pull the rug from up under the affiliate. Bam! Instantly, there's no affiliate program. What do you mean? Yeah, there's no affiliate program. And these companies were actually like bigger than Nowsite. So they had probably people with getting paid a lot more and had even more going on in big organizations. And instantly, they woke up one day and it was gone. Got no warning, got nothing. Is it right? Hate it. It's crap. It's bull. It's BS. But it happened. Nowsite gave us 18 months. If we're being honest. See, I told my team, I told you, get your head out the sand. This is coming. This is coming. A blind man could see this was coming. Stevie Wonder could see this was coming. All Justin did and all Nowsite did was try to cushion the blow. That's it. They cushioned the blow. They said, look, check it out. You got to get rid of that affiliate program. Fly on the wall. They meet up with Eric Ward. Eric, tell him, love everything you're talking about. Love what Nowsite has to offer. Love the vision, the direction you guys are going, all that. The only problem is no big companies coming aboard when you have an affiliate program that's going to compete against them. So when they bring all their people in from Herbalife and all these other companies and even his GoPro people, they just all going to sign up with Nowsite. Hell no, we're not going to do that. Okay. You got to get rid of that. You get rid of it, though, I guarantee you, we can blow this thing up because I'll have you talking at my events. I have you talking at my conventions. I'll introduce you to some of my billionaire friends, blah, 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 blah. At that point, the conversation had to go like, hey, look, I'm with it, but there's no way I could pull the rug from up under them. It's going to be pandemonium. Even if he's not just doing it the kindness of his heart, I'm pretty sure he's smart enough. Because again, this is another thing I always said. Hate him or love him. You don't have to like him, but you got to respect his business part. I don't care what nobody say because he wouldn't have got to this point and he was able to pivot so many different times from some craziness, like straight up, where he was able to, we got ad pins, we got Nowsite AI, we got Nowsite Live, we got Nowsite this, Nowsite that. But every single time, we was like going up and up and up and up. We never ever fell off. We ever like, oh my God, my commissions is all bad. It was always going up. So that takes, you got to know what the hell you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So he says, look, I'm not about to rock the boat to that extent. It's going to be crazy. Everybody instantly just lose their check. So what do you do? Hey, okay, I'll just cut it, but it's on the hush, like, shh. You know what I'm saying? Like, shh. Don't tell nobody, okay? So he cut the affiliate program, but you still got it. And you were able to still bring people in. And if you got some heavy hitters, some big players like myself or Laura Smith or somebody, then you can go ahead and let them in and say, hey, you can be an affiliate too. I can plug you into my, and they'll let them in. But for the most part, it was hush hush. It was no more out there. Well, unfortunately, You can't be a secret agent network marketing. I only work for 007. That don't work for us, right? So we got to be loud and proud and be able to put our business out there. The moment that you can't put your business out there, you ain't going to be getting no traction. It's just going to start to go down. But me personally, because I got to call a spade and a strike a strike, I personally think that was kind of like the plan a little bit. I personally feel like it was like, look, let this fade itself out to the point that eventually we're going to be down to the lowest amount of affiliates, and then we're just going to have to pull this plug. Now, how soon that happens and all that, I personally don't think it should have happened this soon, and I do feel like something abruptly happened. Like maybe their partners got wind of what was going on. Like, look, didn't we already speak of this? How we still? Somebody came to me and told me. I talked to my people before, and they was like, well, who would tell on themselves? But when it comes to this type of stuff, it gets out. This is the internet. Someone's going to be pushing a link, put it in their face. They're like, where'd you get that from? How'd you get that? There's not no more affiliate. Someone else going to be jealous because they ain't an affiliate. Wait a minute. You able to be an affiliate, but I can't be an affiliate. Like, it's not really that complicated to get out. To be honest with you, I'm surprised they didn't get out sooner. To go 18 months is pretty already phenomenal, to be real with you. I thought we was out here sooner than that. I gave it 6 months. I was like, 6 months, no more than a year, we out here. Now, I did say this was going to be the last year for affiliates because, again, I can see the writing on the wall. I pay attention. Chess, 3, 4, 5 moves ahead. I'm 3, 4, 5 moves ahead. I see it coming. So I tried to warn my team. I tried to tell people. I tried to say, get ready, see what's going to, do other things, multiple streams of income, all these different things. I preached it to the high heavens. This is the reasons why. This is the reason why I believe in that. This is the reason why I'll never, ever in life push just one company, one anything. Because that one thing can go away. And when it does, then what? Then what? Now you 100% building back from the bottom up. Oh, man. Stressful to always have to do that. So, first, before I go into what I was doing, because it's the most important part. So I talked to Justin, right? So I said, look, man, I need 24 hours. 24 hours. Like, I'm going to give him 24 hours. And if he reach out to me, then we'll see what he's talking about. So 4 hours went by and he called me. Okay. Then take 24 hours. Perfect. That's how it should be. Right? Honestly, I deserve that much respect. I did a lot for the company. And nobody will deny that. So he called me. Said set up something for today, Zoom, because yesterday I was super busy. My phone was blowing up. You guys were blowing up. Rightfully, my team's big. I had a bunch of people calling me. So I was like, all right, let's talk tomorrow. So perfect. When I come back from the gym, first thing. So I come back from the gym, have a conversation. Now, all I care about right now at this point, at this conversation, everybody need to get their money. Period. That's all I care about. That's all I want to hear. At this point, we can talk about anything else afterwards because I told you, I understand business. See, I'm not going to be bitter when it's over. When it's over, I'm going to say, man, it was a good ride. 8 years. No other company I've been in 8 years. There's no company I've been in 8 years. I've made tons of money in a lot of companies. I've made 6 figures in most of them. I didn't be in them for 8 years. Some 2, some 3. I'm in one right now, Marketing Boost. They bought the closest. I've been there for 7 years, but I haven't been in nothing for 8 years, right? So I was like, yeah, everybody got to get their money because it's the right thing. And to not get your money also is stealing, honestly, because it's already earned. It's not like projected money, like what's might comes. This is money already earned. So if this is money already earned, then they deserve that money. So I'm hoping, I'm praying that the conversation is not going, that part of it is not going to be debatable. Because then I'm going to lose respect, like 100%. You know what I'm saying? So hold on. Because then I'm going to lose respect. 100%. Like 100%. Because that's not the type of person I know him to be. Now, you know what's so funny? Today, this hit my timeline. I don't know if Michelle commented on this or what. But it's crazy because I woke up. And this was on my timeline. And I was like, what's this? This was posted in 2021. 2021. Remember like it was yesterday. Big old tribute that I gave to Nowsite for, the role they played in my life. And like I said, I'm not a hater. I keep it real at all times. You know, the impact it had on my marketing, on my branding, on everything. If it wasn't for Nowsite, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be who I am, because I am who I am, and I know my powers, and I know who I am. You know, I'll never give nobody that much power over me. But I know what catapulted. I know what got the jump start. You know, I know what helped it for sure. And I'll never take nothing away from that. Never. You know, we've only had one major incident, and he assured me himself it'll never happen again. It's never happened again, if I'm being honest. You know, and he always assured me afterwards, like, I will never cross you. I'm just being honest. Like I said, I'll tell you the good, tell you the bad, tell you the ugly. But this is the person I know. So it's been times where other people say, "Come on, why are you so loyal to this person?" Ron Pruitt will tell you. No, well, come on, what makes you so loyal? Damn. Because at one point in time, it was like mutiny. Some people wanted to go. They come on, we out of here. And I was just like, I'm not going nowhere. Not the person that made me be the person I am. No. Not the person that helped me be the person that I am. You know what I'm saying? Because I already knew who I wanted to be. But by me making the type of money I was making on Nowsite, boom, it catapulted that and made it 10x that. And I'm a loyal person. I'm the type of person where when you have an impact on my life, nothing trumps that. Because you know what that did? It made a different life for my family. It made me have a different life for myself. It made me be able to help people that I couldn't help before. It made me be able to, you know, help like family members that normally I wouldn't be able to help. And I mean real help, like real money. And, you know, can I borrow $10,000 and I don't even worry about getting it back? You know, there you go. You know, like real type stuff that I feel good about. Like, man, I'm glad I was able to do that. You know, my house paid for marketing. My car paid for marketing. Was able to buy my wife a beautiful Escalade. $100,000 Escalade off the lot. Paid for marketing. Bought a bike and then ended up joining a whole bike crew afterwards. Like, these things was destined. Like, I wouldn't even been able to do some of these things. I wouldn't even have the life I have. End up meeting the legendary rapper Spice One because I'm in the same bike crew as him. I wouldn't even know this person had I not joined the crew and then had I not bought the bike. It goes so far back. Like, everything plays a part. So when things like this is happening in your life, how can I be ever like 100% like, I don't know. It's almost like being in a toxic relationship, right? You have a person, like, even though that person's toxic, but you know a lot of positives still happen in that relationship. So it's hard for you to 100% just hate that person, you know, no matter what. Like, I just can't just 100% just hate you because you did still do a lot of good things and you gave me a beautiful child and blah, blah, blah. But I just don't like where this went, or I don't like where we ended, or so, you know what I'm saying? That's always been my kind of type, my situation with it, because no matter what, I'm going to be loyal to those that always kept it real with me and allowed me to be me and do things. Never cut me off. Never said I couldn't promote other things. Even when I was probably promoting things, I tried it once or twice, but that was early on and never happened afterwards. And I can respect that. I stand my ground. I tell you where I stand. I tell you as a marketer, as a man, look, I'm never going to not promote other things. I'm not going to be exclusive to no one thing unless you make it worth it. You know, I'm not dumb. Make it worth it. But if you don't make it worth it for me, financially worth it for me, then I'm going to be doing multiple things. And he had to respect that. I don't expect him to think 100% like we think because he ain't from our world. It's from a corporate world. It's just the God's honest truth. So he lacks those relationships. He lacks that part of it. He's good with building business relationships because you went to business school and that's what you do. But when it comes to building these network marketing relationships, that's what I do. That's where the balance was always at. So anyways, I said, look, you got to pay the people. People got to get paid. Got to pay the people. So he already assured me. So like I said, that's why I was going with it. I was coming in ready, guns blazing, pay my people. You know, I was going to take it in for you, take it on the chin for you guys. I got the most to lose anyways. I got the most money to lose. And at first, I already knew. I said, at the very least, he's going to pay me. And that's not to toot my own horn, but that's because I have that type of relationship at this point. I'm the top person in the company. We've had personal relationships. I got his number on speed dial. He got my number on speed dial if he needs to call. I don't have to wait for a Facebook reaction or none of that. So I said, he's going to pay me. But it's not about me. It's about everybody. Because it wasn't just me that built this company. So you need to pay everybody. And I was hoping that wasn't going to be an argument. Well, I'm not going to take all credit because you guys raised hell at yesterday. Everybody did. So I can't say that it wasn't, you see that and go, oh, shoot, wait a minute. It's mutiny. It's crazy. We got to get it right. Or if it's a combination of both. I don't care what got you there. Honestly, just do that. Because this is the part that people's not going to like. Some people ain't going to like. From a business standpoint, I can't be mad that you took it away and said, finally, hey, I gave you guys 18 months to figure out something else, to go kind of maneuver. He could publicly be saying these things. He wasn't even supposed to be publicly even having it. So he couldn't even be the face of this, saying this, but he was putting himself out there saying these things. But eventually, this leaked to the higher ups, the people you doing the very business with. You inking $1 million deals and you breaching contract, to be honest. Trying to do right by your affiliates. So eventually they're like, yo, check this out. Man, cut the crap. Either you cut that, you know what I'm saying? Either you cut that or, you know, or you go with them. You either go with them, you go with us, but you ain't doing both. Period. Just keeping it real with y'all. You know what I mean? This is how it went down. So it's like, at that point, you got to make a decision. You got to go. Got to go. Probably panic, quick. Don't trip. It's going both. Like, got to go. Because again, you ain't putting millions before thousands, bro. Let's keep it real with yourself. I'm not justifying nobody's actions, none of that. But put yourself in those shoes, and even when you up under the gun, you ain't putting no millions for no thousands. You ain't putting no millions for no hundreds of thousands. So if one makes you hundreds of thousands, one makes you millions, you're going with the $1 million deal every time. It's business. Learned this from Cedric Harris. It's business, never personal. That's why I said I can understand things from a business standpoint. Can't understand it from a network marketing. From a network marketing, I can get bitter. I can get upset. You know, I can get my feelings from a business standpoint. That's business. So that part of it, I can't be mad about. I'm sorry. I keep it real. Can't be mad. I can be upset. I can be disappointed. All that. I am all those things. But I cannot be just mad at. Oh yeah, that's foul, man. How you gonna just take away the affiliate program? Because ask yourself, especially if you was one of the ones where, was you giving them a reason to keep it around? And what I mean by that is, was you actively getting sales? Was you actively bringing people in? Was you actively making sure your account kept growing? So they can look and compare the two and say, you know what? Compared to Eric Warrior, compared to this, we still doing fine. I still see slow growth. Even if it ain't super big like Eric, at least we see some slow growth. But when you see people just start to this, like, kind of just sit on their hands, and then you just have a select few that just really push, then you're going to be motivated to see how to do other things. And how do we know that they was always looking for new ways to grow the company? By the deals that we kept getting week after week. See, again, I keep it real. I'm a thinking man. I don't need people to tell me things. I just watch how you move. Yo, remember, every week we got a different deal. We got a new way. That's saying, man, look, we need more people coming in. Let me help you guys. Let me give you guys this incentive. Let me give you this deal. Let me give you 100% commissions. Okay, look, let's be real. Got to call spade, shot. How many companies give you 100% commissions on your sales? Say, hey, man, look, boom, right there, 100. Keep it all. Just keep it all. Just bring them in. I get it. They want our database. But don't every company? What company don't want your database? Every company gets your database as soon as you come into that company. I got to keep it real with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you messing up, I'm going to talk about what you messing up on. And the things that's just like, man, that's just business right there. Like, that's what's going on. Every time we download an app, we gave them our data. That's the first thing they say. You ready to give me your data? And you click yes, no, and all that. And if you say no, you don't get the features. So you want the features, right? You want to turn your AI into a little doggy, a little cartoon doggy. You want to turn your AI into a little a toy figure. So you're going to give up your data to do so. It's being real. So I can't be mad because somebody learns how to play the game and master the game of business. Like, you know what I'm saying? To run the business. I can't really be mad at that part. I can be mad, like I said, is how you deal with affiliates at certain times. And like I said, the same people that built your company. That's all I have a problem with. So what I've been doing in the midst of all this. So yeah, so first it was make sure you pay the people. That's all I cared about. That was the main thing I cared about. The reason why that was the main thing I cared about was two reasons. Okay. Let me be, like I said, 100% transparent. One reason is because I was creating my own company, EMS. for the past 14, 15, 16 months. If you notice, I really wasn't even talking about Nowsite for about a year. And a lot of other things. As we got closer and more to, you started seeing I stopped talking about things. The last 6 months, I really wasn't talking about nothing. I just basically talked about the streaming and Save Club and all that. And that was just because I just saw a wave. And I'm always going to follow a wave. I'm like, come on, man. Right? So I saw the wave. Boom, let's go. And let me get my spot and then I'll let that do what it do. Right? But I wasn't promoting anything because I knew I was creating something. See, the same thing I preach. See, I practice what I preach. So I preach to the world, create your own thing. And I was teaching it every Monday, even through Nowsite. Like anybody that came in through Nowsite, that's why they loved my team so much, because they knew I wasn't just teaching you about no daggone beacons or about no AI commenting or nothing. I'm going to teach you how to get money. You know what I mean? I'm going to teach you how to be a boss. That's what this whole thing is for. So I said, you know what? I see the writing on the wall. I'm about to create my own platform. And then that's what I did. I created EMS, which was an automation marketing platform for social media. So it kind of did some of the same stuff, but it's just automated. Where Nowsite requires you to be in front of your computer, mine was like, okay, you push a button and now you can go make some coffee. Now you can go tend to the kids. Now you can go take a bath. And now just let automation take over and AI will comment on your post right now. You know what I mean? Or you can build the email list through your groups. Or you can use Post Lover too to go like love all the posts. Like that's what I was like creating. Like what my mindset was like, I'm gonna create a tool that does all the stuff that I do on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? It's all the stuff I do. Let's make a tool that does that and automates it. Because most people don't want to do nothing, right? You don't do nothing, right? You got the tool, but I don't do nothing. So I'll tell you that. Let's make an automation tool. But then, being the loyal person I am, check this out. This is real. It's a true story. Put it on my daughter. So, being the loyal person I am, I said, damn, this is going to cause waves. I said, I got a ton of people in Nowsite. This is going to cause waves. Because Nowsite, you had to copy and paste your comments and put them into and to have AI comment. Mine, you don't. Mine's just going to go down your wall and just start commenting. I'm like, ooh, that's going to be way more attractive. I said, but Nowsite got other things. They got the websites, they got the emails. So that should keep the balance. Like they got other stuff going on. So I was like, all right. And I still had it. I still use it. I got over 100 websites over there, right? So I was like, okay, that. And then I also said, people, I know my team. Some people might not be able to afford both. So they're going to want Nowsite, but they also going to want to come to EMS. So someone's going to quit. Someone's going to quit EMS to go to Nowsite, to stay at Nowsite, or someone's going to quit Nowsite to come to EMS. Either way it goes, it's going to cause friction. And I didn't want that to happen, right? So me being the loyal person I am, I reached out to Justin. I said, look, this was last year. Actually, if y'all remember EMS 1.0, y'all remember remember y'all was able to get Nowsite through me. So that's when the conversation first started. But then I doubled back when I did EMS 2.0. So I said, Justin, so you don't get blindsided. I'm about to relaunch EMS 2.0. This is what it does. These are the features. I feel it's a little different than what you got going on because mine's a Chrome extension. It's automation. Yours is you was always against that type of stuff. And, yours is more hands-on. You know what I mean? It's just different, but it's kind of similar though. Like it's a good marriage. Like you're a man, you're a woman, but that's a good marriage. It was like that. So he was like, look, I support anything you're doing. Anything I can do to help, I'm with it. I'm not going to, I wish you the best with it. Perfect. I said, okay, that was the first part. The second part is, I was wondering if you would be interested or if there was a possibility that I can get an enterprise account. Because I'm thinking, again, like a boss, right? And I'm like, well, wait a minute. There's going to be a ton of people on my team that's still in Nowsite that want to stay in Nowsite. They're not going to want to move. They're going to want to, because they got websites. Like Melvin got over 100 websites, like me too. So I'm like, people ain't going to move that. We got content over there. We got all types of stuff that we just know. I mean, yeah, I can move it, but do I really want to build 100 new websites? Hell no. So I'm like, this would be the perfect situation, and it doesn't cause friction. Let me get an enterprise white label version of Nowsite, offer it to my people. That way they still get the best of both worlds, and you still make money too. We both make money, and I get to make EMS more beefy. It's got even more to offer, and I don't have to worry about developing that side of tools. Nowsite's always going to be in development doing their thing. I'm always going to be in development doing my thing. Ultimately, we just got a juggernaut product, and people just loving it. So I thought it was the perfect marriage, right? He agreed. Perfect. And the funny thing is like, hey, I never done this. I wouldn't have did this with nobody else, but the respect I have for you and all this, hey, let's do it. Perfect. Because other people tried to white label. It's a difference. You know what I mean? You got the little thing in the back of, but full white label, like, oh, this over here. We got the same stuff. But boom, Nowsite is the one that's driving it, right? So that was the deal I brokered at that time, right? And again, I'm doing all this behind the scenes. Y'all don't know about this stuff. I'm just working, a little worker bee. But I've been busy these past 14 months. So that happens. So that's what I'm doing in the back. That's why you haven't seen me talking about stuff. You haven't seen me talk about Nowsite. You haven't really seen me talk about anything but EMS when it came. So I do a little soft launch of EMS, right? Test it. I get about 52. I think we got like 90 people up in there right now. And I slow down because by having that many people, I get to check now and see that, oh, we got bugs here, got a bug there. So you don't really catch this when it's only a couple people in there. But when you got a lot, you can really see the bugs in your software. Unfortunately, that software, you can't get around it. That's why they always beta test stuff. So I looked at this kind of like, okay, we can use this like a beta launch. Now, I'm not going to put any new people in right now. I'm going to get this perfected, right? And then we'll open up the floodgates again. Well, then this happens, right? I look at everything, look. Blessing in disguise. I'll be honest with you guys. Cause check this out. I prepared for this day. So I was like, well, shit, let's turn lemons, you know what I mean, into lemonade. Like straight up. What we can do is we already in this situation. It's over. There's no more affiliate program. So you're one or two people. You're either somebody that's in Nowsite for the tool. Awesome. Keep using it. It works. It's great. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Use it. Especially if you got websites and stuff. Cause like I said, I'll never be a hater. I still use all my websites. You go to mileyhustle.com right now. That's a Nowsite website. It's the quickest way to throw up a funnel real fast and duplicate it for my team, all that. So I ain't going to be a hater. I got tons of them, 100 websites. You know what I'm saying? If I don't use nothing else, I use that. And I use my team section. I got my own avatar. So I got my avatar can talk to my people when they come in. So it makes sense for me to keep my account. I didn't want to lose my account. If I had to, but I didn't want to lose it. Right. And I'm sure nobody else wants to lose it. That's actually in there that used their account. So I was like, man, the affiliate program is gone. It's no coming back. Right. They gave him an ultimatum. He had to do it. But EMS is already here. And I'm already transitioning like EMS. I'm already doing my EMS thing. Right. A lot of my team is already starting to come with EMS. So I said, well, wait a minute. Since this is already going down, why don't we try to find some way to equally not 100% pull the rug from under them? You already made it so they're going to get their money. Perfect. Now let's make it so they can lightweight keep their account and you're still in compliance. Now let me say that again. You still keep your account and he's still in compliance with his corporate partners. The only way he can do that is he can't be involved in this at all. He can't be involved in your account. You can't be reporting to Nowsite, but you could be reporting to EMS. See, that's interesting because that changed the dynamic a lot. A lot. That means a lot of people that's already built something can keep it. Now it's going to be a different structure because EMS, they don't have an affiliate program no more. So it'll be under my affiliate program structure, which is only 2-tier. But guess what? 2 tiers better than no tier. Because right now we got no tier. We got nothing, but you've already built something. So imagine having to start fresh anywhere else, like really fresh, right? Or you can have somebody still keep the tools you have and then you just add into it. You know what I mean? Now you're adding automation tools to it too. And, you know, I ain't about to do you foul. I'm a marketer, you know what I mean? For the marketer. So I was like, this makes 100% sense to me. Like straight up. We just got to work out the logistics. How does that look? How do you bring this over and stuff like that? But the conversation was had. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying anything's etched in stone. That part's not etched in stone because EMS is me. I've already built that. That's built. Okay? This is something I created myself from the ground up. No white label, nothing. So that part is me and always be me. But I'm saying, because mine is 47.97, leadmarketingsuite.com. Go check it out. But what I'm saying is add another tier, add a whole nother section. And I already had another section coming for when I do TikTok automation, Instagram automation, YouTube automation. And I was going to give you all that along with Facebook automation for just like one price. But now I'm willing to say equally do that and then add Nowsite if that's what y'all want. I'm not tripping if you don't do that deal, because guess what? That's not what I'm doing, period. Anyways, EMS is $47.97, and the things that I create within my own ecosystem. I just looked at this as a way of us keeping the ball rolling. You know what I mean? Keeping the show going and not losing it 100% of what you created in 8 years. 8 years. Because that's what I was looking at. I was looking at how many people you need your money. You still need, and it ain't even a lot. Some people only got like 6 people, 3 people, 5, 10. Like I said, it can't be a whole lot left over because, again, this was dropping from the time that they announced that the affiliate program was going 18 months ago. So does it make more sense? Because look, we could play checkers, and you can be upset and emotionally say, I don't have nothing to do with nothing, and just get rid of everything you've already built and make nothing. Remember, you're gonna make nothing anyways. There's no affiliate program. Or you can play chess, and you can say, well, wait a minute. Okay, I can still keep my Nowsite account and everything I built, my websites and all that stuff. I can keep all that stuff that I've already created. And then join EMS, and then make money with EMS, because there's no money to be made with Nowsite no more, right? So I can make money with EMS and still keep my structure in Nowsite as well. Come on, bro. Which one would you rather do? Both is gonna be here regardless. The affiliate program's going regardless. EMS gonna be here regardless. The only difference is, and there's a good chance some of you is gonna join already. The only difference is now you get to join and still keep what you had at Nowsite. Nobody should be 100% upset at anything other than getting your money. You could be disappointed. I told you. I want to stress that. You could be disappointed. You can't be mad, though. You can't. Because if you know business, you ain't going to be mad. That's like they get mad at them selling Twitter. You can be upset. You can be disappointed, but you think I'm walking away from 40 billion? I don't care what Elon does with it after that. You can call it XYZ for all I care. I don't give a damn. You offer me 40 billion, it's gone. And that's why I tell some of these arrogant marketers that be talking about don't promote other things and you just build it because, you know, man, that same company that you preaching that with could be gone. Can be gone in the morning. Somebody offer, man, look, everybody has a price. And somebody offer the right price. They go, ooh, that's a deal I can't refuse. And Ben Glisky is out of here. And I wouldn't even be mad at him for it. That's business. You make it, you build it to sell it. Everything and everybody's baby. And you guys are silly enough to think that, yeah, you're going to have this forever. Maybe. Maybe not. Most things don't last forever, if we're being honest. I thought we would always have a Toys R Us kid. You could have never convinced me that Toys R Us one day would be gone. Like, you would have told me that when I was a kid, you don't knock it off. Then I think that's why the store's shrinking smaller and smaller. One day I walked in, I said, where did Toys R Us go? What? This is crazy. I used to remember this thing was just filled with toys. More toys, more boy. Oh, boy. I know I'm showing my age. But yeah. Where them days, right? Where that at? Where Kmart? Kmart wasn't going nowhere. That was like the low budget Walmart. Like, come on, man. Where that at? Macy's on its way up out of here. A lot of them gone. So things are meant to change. That's just the way it is. Well, them skate rings you used to have. Over, it was coming up. It was skate ring everywhere now, right? Now you got like one. If you're lucky. If you happen to just live somewhere where one is at. You're lucky you got one in your area. Things are meant to change. Things will change. Eventually. But that's not for me to worry about, to be honest with you. What me to worry about is to put yourself in the best financial situation that you can for yourself. And this is what I always preach. That's why I don't preach all that no cult mentality. Gotta be loyal to this and loyal to the man. Look, be loyal to yourself. You, yourself, and I. Me, myself, and I is what I need to be loyal to, and then my family. Be loyal to God. Things that matter. How you be loyal to people you met on the internet? Companies that you found, you know what I mean, in a Zoom and in a chat. Now you owe your allegiance to it. Poke your chest out and come on, it's crazy. Don't nobody own nobody. That's why I don't believe in none of that. You do what you want to do. You do what's right for you and your family. You do what's bringing you that money. If it ain't bringing you no money, it no longer serves you, then move on. I don't care how long you've been over there. I don't care how many times you jump. Sometimes you got to keep jumping to get to where you need to get to. I'd rather take 5 jumps than no jumps. Everything I do ain't just a hit out the park. Imagine I only do one thing. And that one thing was like the lowest thing I got going on. And I'm just still putting along, building it nice and slow, build it slow, brick by brick. And I could have just built this thing hella fast doing something else. That's stupid. Why not explore until you find the thing that's your thing and works for you? That's what I believe in. Anyways, so by the end of the conversation, that's pretty much where we was at with it, right? And I was like, again, nothing's extra in stone. Like, I'm really gonna go off of like what do y'all want? Because I'm transitioning over to just dealing with my platform anyways. And of course, again, because he said nothing's getting turned off or anything, so I'm gonna still have my account. So I still got my websites, still got everything I built, still got my avatar, still got my team section. So why would I get rid of that? Doesn't make any sense for me to get rid of that. I'm not going to get rid of it. All I cared about was, did you pay me and my people? You pay me and my people? I'm not going to be a bitter Betty sitting there like, oh my God, what happened? And I don't mean Betty by like an actual Betty, but you know what I mean? But I'm not going to be a bitter Betty like, oh, you took the program away, so off with your head. Look, pay the people. That's my concern. Everything else is business. You don't have to like him as a person. You don't have to like him as his choices, but if his business serves you and it's been serving us for 8 years, never missed a beat, might have came late. Came late a few times, but ain't never missed a beat. I ain't never not been paid, and I'm the highest paid person here. So again, I gotta call a spade, a shot, you know what I mean, a ball. Did we do everything right? Absolutely not. Is it things that I despised or got upset about or felt like, come on, bro, you could have did that a better or dealt with that in a different way? Hell yeah. Now it was expressed to me why this happened and all that, but I think that's irrelevant. That's why I didn't even get into that. Oh, why I couldn't come to you face to face, what I was dealing with. Again, even with the partnerships, what partners forced my hand. I feel like all that's irrelevant because it doesn't change the dynamic. If it happened, it happened. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So what's the point of even talking about who's involved and this and that? It doesn't really matter. Business is business. That's what they had to do for a business transaction, for a business to stick and stay. You're already in violation because you wasn't even supposed to have it open this long. But hey, we'll let that slide, but we ain't gonna let too much more slide. Shut it down or pick a side. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. If you could picture, now you fill in the blanks, but that's pretty much how what's going down. You picture yourself in the corporate room and that's your conversation. Pick a side, but we know what's up. The jig is up. You ain't honored what we talked about. You ain't honored no contract. We said shut this down 18 months ago or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You didn't do it. Now we're going to do it today. Or you pick a side. Now, I'm not saying that's what was said verbatim. You know what I mean? But I'm paraphrasing. But basically, that's pretty much what happens, right? Because that's why I was abrupt. Boop, shut it down. Probably panicked. Oh my God, no one's getting paid on it. Calm down. And it could have been the mutiny too. Hey, like again, it's power in picketing. No, let's not get it twisted. It's power in that. So that definitely could have swayed us too. I don't care what swayed it, as long as it got done within 24 hours. And that's what happened. So everybody's going to be getting paid on the 15th. I even tried to say they just pay buyout early. Like for real. Let's just get it over with. Pay them out now. Ain't even got to worry about it. So why go to the 15th if we already know that that's the last day anyways. So it really doesn't really matter the day no more. Right. But they said it takes a lot to calculate, especially with probably everybody taking out their commissions instead of just some people taking it out, I guess. I know when I got to do commissions for mine, I don't like the way they make me do it. It's a headache. I got to put everybody in the CRM. Then I got to put their email address and then how much they being paid and put it all in the CRM. Then upload that to my payout company, and then the payout company pays everybody. It's a headache. I don't like it. So I can imagine if that's what you're dealing with or anything close to that. So if that's the case, whatever, we wasn't really supposed to get paid to the 15th anyways. So we don't need to gripe about that. That's nothing to gripe about because that was really the real day we supposed to get paid. I'll gripe if I get paid after the 15th. You know what I mean? Not if I didn't get paid before when we're supposed to get paid before anyways. So again, I pick my battles. Those aren't the type of battles I'm gonna pick when I don't really have a leg to stand on anyways. We get paid on the 15th, I'll wait till the 15th. But we did assure me, and he gave me his words, a man and company owner and friend or whatever, and whatever, everything that we've ever been through and established in life, that we're all getting paid. And matter of fact, he even said it in our group. So it's screenshots and all that. I doubt that he's going to put himself in a situation to have to backtrack or look bad, you know what I mean, to get the bad press. So everybody's going to get their thing. Now, how you want to proceed forward is how you proceed forward. I'm telling you what I'm doing. If anybody comes with me, as far as what EMS goes, EMS is my company. So it's not, no, you're joining up under me and you're literally just joining my company. I don't have an affiliate. You're joining my company. But if you join with anybody else, then for sure, you know, we want to honor people's structure and things like that. That if you have it Nowsite already, you come to me, you let me know, bring your person, and I'll make sure they stay up under you. Again, I only have a 2-tier program, so it's not multiple levels and all that. But most of us, I know the people on Nowsite, you built wide. And you had a nice, you know, wide team that you respect and people like that. And then they built their people in that. So if you can at least salvage that, then that's even a blessing. You know, to have my 6 people, have my 15 people, have my 20 people. You know what I mean? Like, that's still a blessing to have all those and not have to worry about, oh, man, I got to build from scratch 100%. Because literally, because when I was thinking about this, even if we don't white label the enterprise Nowsite version, I'm saying, we just forget all that. We're not doing that route. We're not using that at all. We're still going to be looking for some type of marketing system builder type thing, because that's what your whole team signed up for. You know what I'm saying? Unless they was here since the beginning. And even they was here since then, they stayed. So they here for the marketing system now. So they're not going to want to go do health and wellness right now, or savings, or, you know, travel, or yes, some will. But for the most part, it's better if we can go apples to apples. Hey, man, look, I know you just left this system. I got another one. Hey, man, I know you was making your own websites and you loved making websites. I found another way for you to make websites. Hey, man, I know you was loving the AI and the automation. I found another way for you to do AI and automation. You know what I mean? That makes a lot more sense than, hey, man, I know you had that marketing system. You had some clients, you was managing their websites, but I got this drink that's going to make you lose 100 pounds. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, I got a way for you to save money on your next trip. I don't even travel. Hey, like, I'd rather go apples to apples, and it'll have less friction. Okay, so that's my take on the situation thus far. Again, nothing's etched in stone with this. If I'm gonna do this white label, it was actually already in play from the first time I did this. Then the second time, again, because I'm playing chess. And I remember the first time I launched, it kind of ruffled some feathers. So I was like, man, that the first time I launched ruffled some feathers, the second time I launched is really going to ruffle feathers because I got more to offer. And the AI comment alone is probably going to ruffle some feathers. So I was like, you know what? It's better to be with them than against them, right? So I was just like, hey, and I can still use some of those. It's a good marriage. If I use the tools from Nowsite along with mine, that'll be dope. I already know how to use all that, so it's easy for me to train people. I can use the team section for my onboarding section. I can use the websites for automation, websites for my team and capture pages. I can use the email auto responder in Nowsite. So I was just like, it's really a one-stop shop. I don't have to create none of that. I can use that, and then I can just keep on creating all the automation stuff. Because that's what I get excited about, right? So I want to create the automation, and I just use Nowsite for the websites and stuff. So it just made sense to me at that time, right? So since it was already in play, I said, well, shoot, let's just up the ante. It was already in play. This was the play was before all this happened. So how about we still do that, right? Because my only gripe was not paying. So now that you paid, I don't have a gripe. So how about we still do that and find a way that people that are already in here with teams or whatever can kind of still maintain that. Now the problem here is that, which I understand also, we don't want everybody just quitting Nowsite and coming to my company either, though. And then he loses hundreds of thousands of people or whatever, right? So that's what we're trying to figure out. And what's that balance? And how do we make that make sense? But if we can make that make sense, that's a high potential possibility to do that. And if you're on board for that, let me know. If you're not on board, like, hell no, say that too. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I want to know now. Like, sure, we got enough people on. We got 55 people left. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tell me. So let me see some of the stuff y'all been saying, because I've been just yapping for a minute. So me see. Boom. Don't play games. Make us withdraw. Boom. What's up, Ron? Beta tester. See, that's the thing too. The way other people dealt with us, see, it left a bad taste in people's mouth, which I can't be mad at. Like, it's straight up. Like, those are things I won't argue with. You know, calling us beta testers when we the ones who put this on our back, you know, and built it. Because other people that come in new, they don't know. And it kind of like they take the shine, the credit for what we've already built. You know what I mean? And becomes like a smack in the face to a certain degree to a lot of people. Like, wait a minute. What you mean beta tester? I am the tester. You know what I mean? I've been here. You just coming aboard. You reaping the rewards of what we already built and created. You know, we built all this, and now you see the value now. You didn't see the value when we had one brick in the bag of cement. You didn't see no value then. You know, you see value now that we done built it up. You know what I mean? That we done built it up to a skyscraper. See, Justin said he had an emergency yesterday and couldn't give the news. He could have delayed the meeting and had the guts to tell us himself after. Oh, yeah, that's nothing, too. I said, you know, he said he's going to do that, that he's going to address everybody. And I said, yeah, everybody definitely deserves that. Everybody deserves that. You know what I mean? Everybody deserves to to hear this from you. To hear exactly what's going on. Let them look in your eyes. Let them make their own assumptions and things from you looking them in the face and telling them whatever you have to tell him. But we definitely had that conversation too, and he definitely agreed with that, and he's definitely going to get on that call and address you guys as well. Because what's right is only right. That's why I don't blame you for creating EMS. Appreciate you, Brian. Because I found Heather L., the girl who missed a ton of money. Boom. So you're saying you're the reason we lost our affiliate program because you were making too much money? Hey man, we lost our affiliate program because them daggone. Nah, I'm not even gonna say it, but you know why we lost it. You know what I mean? I let everybody else say it. Even if, look, again, Cheryl, I'm not even saying, like you said, man, I say bogus excuses. Even if so, again, chess, not checkers. You rather poke the beer and then get nothing, and then got to go to court, and got to, like, people doing legal Zoom and doing all this, or you got to accept whatever your reason is. Because I learned a long time ago that you give a man a way out, you give a person a way out, right? And then be able to save face. Because ego's a mug. Let's be honest. Like, ego is the biggest thing that takes you down, that takes people down. So I even teach my son, like when you have to defend yourself, you defend yourself, right? But if you see somebody else don't want to fight, or if all of a sudden that person back down, or if you can even not have to fight, because most people are scared to fight, but they just fight because they have to. But if they really can get out of it, they get out of it. I said, always give a man a way out. Always give him a way out. You know what I mean? Give him a way to save face. Even if you know I could have whipped him, or no, but it ain't about that. Because if you create an enemy, it's going to be 10 times worse. You don't know this person's going to come back. They can come back with a gun, a bat, a knife, anything. You know what I mean? Because now you're going to create an enemy. It's better to live to fight another day. And the best way to do that is always give a man a way out. Because if you give a man a way out and he gets to still stay face, doesn't like he got punked out, like, you cool? You really want to do this? We don't have to do this. But I'm ready if you want to do this. So look, you didn't go out because you're ready. But at the same time, you say, do you really want to do this? You don't have to do this. You gave him a way out. So he can say, nah, I don't want to do this either. Or he could keep playing tough, and then he signed his own certificate at that point. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the way I go through life when I'm dealing with things. Because what's going to happen is going to happen regardless. It's going to happen regardless. So it can happen and it sting, or it can happen and then benefit us. Like I said, we can make lemonade out of lemons. Oh, we can just keep the lemons. And all right, I'm just going to keep these sour lemons. You know what I mean? And keep dwelling on it. Because nothing we can do can change nothing. Right? Well, I hear they're going to pay us what we had in the wallet before it disappeared. And whatever you had, yeah, well, everything in your wallet was from last month. So, yeah, they're going to give you everything from last month. And if you was one of the people that was rolling over your money. So, yeah, if you was rolling over your money and things like that, then they're going to give you that back as well. That's a fact, Jack. If there's 300 people showing up, probably 500 to 1,000 people getting paid, maybe 1,500, but most of them are making like $30 per month. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. And then you still have, you know, the 300 out of 300, I feel those are the top people that's getting paid. You know, other people, like you said, people that's making 30 and 20, they probably didn't show up, they didn't care. But people that's making money going to show up. So people that is making 600, 300, maybe 1,000, stuff like that, they're going to show up too. I think that's the 300, you know? Yeah, we shall see. I'll wait to leave my comments on Trustpilot. The only reason it's happening is a huge backlash. Well, again, that's why I said it's like if you don't pay people their money, it's the worst thing you can do. That's the thing. I always say, don't play with the money. I don't care about anything else. Just don't play with my money. Do whatever you want. Don't play with my money. So I agree. I can't be mad. Nobody get mad because they ain't get their money. You know what I'm saying? And how you dealt with that, or if you went to your wall. I just said I wasn't going to do it right away because, again, I'm a thinking man, and I was like, wait, think it through and give it 24 hours. Now, whatever happens, we'll know within those 24 hours. It's gonna hit the fan, and we'll see the good, the bad, the ugly. And I'm glad I did. Because I don't want to be retracting stuff, or I go on a big rant and then now I got it. Okay, well, upon these 24 hours, I woke up so this is gonna happen now, that and that. I'd rather just see what's gonna happen, find out after after the big storm hits, and now that the storm hit and we on dry land, now I can tell you what's gonna happen. Feelings are out the door when it boils down to business-minded people. Yeah, honestly. Hey, Bobby, what's good? Bro, this is live dropping facts. Appreciate you, Brian. Facts. Okay, well, I'm glad y'all agree. That's why I said it's gonna ruffle some feathers. Some people gonna agree, and some just gonna have to keep it real and just be like, I get it. And some people got more, it's more personal, Yeah, you can't buy integrity or class. Harvard degree doesn't equal class. So you got, you're gonna have some people that's just literally been through too much, and I can't even be mad at that. Like for sure, you done did something to me personally. I can have a right to never forgive, or never forget, or never get over it. I don't forget nothing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I just play chess, but I don't forget. I do not forget. But I'm very calculated though. I'm not gonna just move emotionally. I used to be in the game. You can't be in the game moving emotionally. That'll be the death to you. So I've learned to not be emotional in life and just jump. Just jump. And then what? A lot of people in the penitentiary right now for the rest of their life because they was emotional. Not even bad people. They were just emotional. They made an emotional decision before thinking. And now they took their whole life away. So that's where I'm at with it. So let's keep it 100 though. Justin was never on board with the affiliate program for a minute since the beacons. Well, yep, not no MLM type for sure. He just wanted the 2-tier regular affiliate program. I think Betty even brought that. Didn't Betty bring that to the table? So yeah, like I said, he's coming from a real corporate business background, not from an MLM network marketing background. Network marketing, we understand it. We're gonna deal with things differently. We understand that you build relationships. We understand that you build it to not have to work later. Not to have to keep working for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? You build it so that you can build something so big and so massive that one day you just kind of chill a little bit. If you want to work, you work. If you don't, you don't. All right? So, Eric Worre isn't exactly a pillar of integrity, so it doesn't surprise me. Like I said, lie down with dogs, you get fleas. Don't look at the affiliate as a number. Yep. That's a fact. Yeah. Any business is built on relationships. I don't care what business model it is. That's true. But yeah, that's true to a certain degree. Some businesses you don't even have to see people and deal with people, but you're still building a relationship to a certain degree. But network marketing is 100% built on relationships, though. That's the difference, though. You know what I mean? Like network marketing you can't build network marketing without relationships, whereas other businesses you can build and don't necessarily have to deal with people at all. Like there's certain businesses you can have and I never have to see you, and you never have to see me. So even if I'm a despicable person or a person that you don't like, you'll never know that, and I'll never know that if that's how you are. You know what I mean? With network marketing, it's like no. You're open book. I can see what you do on a day-to-day basis. I can see what you post. I can see what you're about. I can see your beliefs. I can see all that. And then I can figure out if that aligns with me before I join you in what you're doing. So that's what I feel the difference is. So let me see. Hey, Lynn. Tell you. Boom. Let me see. We didn't need Eric Worre. or any of them. I ain't gonna lie. I don't think we needed nobody either. Like I get it, having them to get the numbers. Like, yeah, you probably need it for that. Again, from a business standpoint, but from a network marketing standpoint, I personally feel it hurt us. I don't think, because what it did is, me personally, I felt like it took away our identity. You know, we had no identity. Before, it was us. Like, it was about us. And maybe anybody that we had come on, then it was still our show. I feel like bringing on Eric Worre took away that shine that we, you know what I mean? It was like he took the shine. Like, it was like, oh, it's by Eric Worre now. Even his events, like his events started being promoted over Nowsites. You know, we're all talking about it, what him and his wife is doing over, throwing our own event. I think we even canceled one of our events, and we're going to his GoPro and stuff like that. So it's like it took away our identity. It's like it's like they sucked us up, and now it's almost like it was a corporate takeover or something. And now they sucked us up, and we're just an entity within their branch. You know what I mean? Because these companies are big and they're conglomerate. So once you start teaming up with a Herbalife and any of that stuff, it's going to be like, well, that can outshine now. You know what I mean? That can overlook what you got going on, basically. And I don't know, it started kind of feel like that a little bit. Even the culture, I feel like the culture changed. Different type of people, different dynamic, different everything. You know what I mean? Let me see. Sent email, someone else delivered the boom, boom. I'm a strong believer in that as well. Whatever's meant to be is going to be, as far as karma goes, So, anytime people do things that, which is also why I said don't do the people file, because if you do, karma's going to come back and get you. And, every time you can't outrun karma. He needs to pay April, making people wait to withdraw. Stupid. Yeah, I already explained why that. I tried to get them to withdraw early. He needs to pay us on April, but he did say he's going to pay, though, for sure. Is anybody else getting this message from support? Unable to receive, man. Oh, okay, I don't know what that is. That's a support question. I'm here for you, Kwan. Good. We'll see you through your fam. Appreciate you, Jonathan. All right, boom. Yeah, Pig Post led me to this live. Yeah, that's crazy. That picture, that's like 3 years ago. Yeah, Pig Post let me just live. Sound like prop firms is trading with withdrawals. I'm shocked they did this. I'm kind of not. I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, I saw it coming. I saw the writing on the wall. I saw what we was already dealing with. I saw who they had coming to board. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really shocked. You know what I'm saying? It was and still is a heck of a tool, plain and simple. Nah, it is. Again, I ain't even gonna lie. I still got mines. I hated to have to give up the email, my websites if I have to. I was like, oh my God, I don't have to do all that. You know what I mean? If I have to, of course I will. I already have another build I was using, but again, I was like, do everybody really want to do that? And I'm the busy one. Most people ain't gonna do that because that's just too much work. Okay. We were all making money with them. Yeah, it was a great time, man. Like I said, I knew it was, yeah. There has to be more to the story that led to that sudden change. Let's hope Justin comes clean about what happened. Yeah, we gotta they'll let you you guys can ask him personally when he does when he goes live. But he said he's definitely going live with you guys though. I was pissed when they did a pay because I said you guys owed that's the lease. You know what I mean? What is Eric Worre saying about this? That's what you get with that. Facts. Probably he encouraged it as then it came to be sold to MLM companies. Yeah, exactly. He did encourage that. So that was he started the conversation. If you got this, got to go. So that's what started. I'm not going to go verbatim, but for the most part, that started it for sure. It was when Eric came aboard. That was one of the stipulations. The field program has to go if he's coming aboard. So that's a fact. And Dave Wood just said it right there. Yeah. So that way he can do business with all these things. But the crazy part is that's true and not so true because your GoPro event is basically an affiliate program. You know what I'm saying? In itself. I mean, shoot, that's the best affiliate program. You're getting 5,000 a pop. Don't need an affiliate program. Then you're upselling them when you get there. So even if you're a company and you're bringing your people to this event, they're still getting upsold. And we're talking about upsold for tens of thousands of dollars. Hey, buy my mastermind course, $10,000. Buy my personal one-on-one training, $20,000. We're gonna go on this and be on my personal yacht, $100,000. Like they ain't playing. It's big. It's big ticket items up in that thing getting sold. So that thing, they make so much money there, they ain't got to even have nothing going for the rest of the year. They already made their millions right there in one event. So it's kind of like genius, but yeah, you hit it on the nose. Okay. I want to know more about EMS, EliteMarketingSuite.com. So I wasn't even prepared to do all that because I wasn't pitching nothing, but yeah, Elite Marketing. So I'm gonna do. This is just the first my live. I'm actually gonna do a Zoom, but we're gonna figure out what's the next move as far as what everybody's gonna do. My move is EMS, like I said, but we're gonna make sure everybody got their options and what y'all want to do. Like this, what's on the table. This what we can do. This where we can go. How do y'all want to move? How y'all want to proceed forward? And then try to keep the structure as best we can with anything we got going on. But first, we got to just keep it real, see where everybody's even at, because in these 18 months, everything's dropped so much. I don't even know what's even left of anybody's team, to be honest with you. A lot of people probably ain't even got much left. So what do you got left? What can you salvage? And how can we, transition? That's where I'm at with it. Same. I want to know about EMS. EliteMarketingSuite.com. I use mine, but you best believe it's canceled now. They ain't getting another dime from me. See, I know, brother. I know. Again, that's what I'm saying. Some people's going to say, hey, man, I don't even care. I'm moving on. So we just need to see where we're at 100%. But no matter what, EMS is going to do his thing. Look at Elton. Talk about somebody spending this guy. Always be marketing. ABMs, not ABCs. I'm already at EMS and loving it. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. No way. You right. Actually, I already had this deal, boss. That's what I'm saying. Like, I had this deal before all this stuff happened. And actually, I had this deal with the first EMS. Remember I said, I already had EMS with the first EMS. And people seen it. That's why I gave it. I think y'all was getting that account for like, I forgot how much. No, y'all got it as soon as you joined my platinum package. Yeah. And you was able to get the Nowsite tools at that time. So then when I was doing part 2, when I was doing 2.0 and I was into it, then I reached out to Justin. And but for more of a, like I said, more of like a white label thing. At that point, it was like, they just was able to get for a discount. Like they was able to log in and I just gave them a discount code and then they was getting in like that. But this time I wanted more like a white label because I felt like what they was already creating, I kept seeing, I said, man, they're doing all the AI stuff, and that's where we're at right now. So I was like, that's going to keep me from having to focus right there on that right now. And I could just focus on some other things. Because I wanted to create TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And then once I started seeing AI stuff came out, it made me go back to Facebook and start creating stuff for Facebook again. I already got 27 tools for Facebook alone. So I was like, man, I'm ready to move on to the other tools, but I can't get to them until I finish. I was like, you know what? I like what they doing with that. That handles all like the stuff that ChatGPT does and stuff, and it puts the shell over it. So it makes it a little bit easier for folks to kind of like, just do just that. Forget it. If I can get a white label of that, boom, that'll solve that problem. Plus, I was looking for a website builder, and everybody had Go High Level, and I didn't want that one. So I was just like, damn. So now I'm gonna have to get a website builder too. If I have Nowsite, then I could just use that. You know what I mean? And I can make everybody's funnels and it's replicated. So it just made sense at the time. But then this happened. You know what I mean? So I already had that in play. So then this happened, like I said, and that's where we are. So yeah, I already had that deal in play. You're right. Thank you, man. Thank you, man, for putting this into perspective for people who don't understand business. Hey, I'm going to keep it real. Good, bad, ugly. I agree. Nothing lasts forever. I am always thinking of plan B. Diana, you're cracking me up. We have to, but they headed out. Yeah, I know, right? No dollar movies. Man, you remember the dollar movies on Wednesdays? skip or crawl, just get it done. Get her done. All right, see what my man Michael says. He said, "Oh, this is fine if you give us some money." Hey, look, I'm putting them all on the screen too because again, I want him to see this as well. Hey, you guys see the impact that you left on the people, so you gotta also let they gotta see just what the field feels like. Period. That's why I always tell people, no matter what you feel like, no matter what I feel like, this is what everybody feels like. All this is fine, and he gives us our money. Well, that's great, but the fact that he even tried to take our money, and then we had to get on social media and act like asses to get our money back, and then he's gonna lie and say he never wanted to take our money. Now he's adding insult to injury and don't care if my money comes or not. I will never respect him again because I know what he's capable of. He ain't a hero just because he had to force him to do the right thing. That's what, now again, that's what I would say. I'm not gonna say this came from you was already gonna do this, or if it came from us, like I said, busting a nutty, because in the beginning it was told to us that there is no affiliate program, and we're talking about told to us from the higher ups, not from just random people. Okay, so I can't deny that. Pretty Bad Justin had to be spoken to about getting paid. Spot on, Kawan. What is the link? I should have had it ready to go up on here, huh? Again, because I wasn't pitching anything. I wasn't tripping. I was just telling you, like, this is what I've been doing. But elitemarketingsuite.com. So elitemarketingsuite.com. So with EMS, we still get Nowsite? Maybe. Like I said, it depends. If it makes sense. I've already had it, and I was going to add it for the last package. So right now, I opened it up with just the first two packages, and I was waiting on the third package because the third package was going to have Nowsite, and it was going to have all the other social media platforms as I create them. They was going to get evergreens put in there one by one. But when I started having bugs and I started seeing like little things I had to fix, I slowed down everything because the last thing I wanted was to have thousands of people in my system and everything's just out of whack. And I'm over here trying to fix everything, you know what I mean? That's just a headache. So I was like, you know what? We got about 100 people in the system right now. Let's just focus on them, and then they'll tell me the things that's breaking or not working or give me issues. We can tighten it up, get it perfect, and then boom, we can really concentrate on everything else. Because what I didn't want to do, you know what I mean, was keep creating things while other things are still broke. That's crazy. So, but again, that's up to you guys. If y'all saying, man, we done. You know what I mean? We don't want no Nowsite. We good and all that. Then I'm not gonna add it. Honestly, this is because once we got to this point, I was like, I can keep it or I can get rid of it. It doesn't really matter because I still got EMS, period, as far as what I created, and it's still valuable just on its own. So me doing the Nowsite was really to keep my team structure together at the time because I didn't want to cause a lot of friction within what we had going on with like, oh man, when I launch EMS, it's gonna be a lot of people on Nowsite that might see EMS and want to come over. So by me letting them still be able to keep their account in Nowsite, it kind of killed two birds with one stone. Like nobody had to get butthurt. So that's the way I was thinking at the time. At this point in time, it's like a whole different situation. Like that now I'm thinking different. Like, okay, now I'm thinking like we can keep going or we can scrap it. But the difference is that you guys are already in it. You already been using it. You'll be using the same thing you've been using. So now I'm thinking like that. Do you want to get rid of it and have to start over, or do you want to be able to just keep it and you still get to join the new EMS and be able to earn from it? Absolutely salvage what you can. I'm in. I'm on board. Appreciate you guys. 100%. He backtracked. Hey, sometimes you appreciate whatever got you. I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, we can keep crying over it, or we can be happy we getting our check and don't have to go forcefully get it. And I don't mean be happy that we getting something we earned, because we shouldn't. Like, nah, I ain't saying that. Like, oh yeah, be happy that you're getting something you earned. But what I am saying though is be happy that we don't have to go forcefully go get what we earned. If all it took was me saying what's right or you saying what's right, or you know what I mean, on your wall yesterday, and boom, instantly you wake up to getting what you want, then you got what you want. You know what I mean? It's kind of like some people that come on Shark Tank and they be like, what do you want? I want $100,000 for 10%. And then they get to negotiate and somebody say, okay, I'm gonna give you $100,000 for 10%. And they be like, do we have any other takers? Like, bro, I gave you what you want. What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all I'm saying. We get what we want. I don't care how we got it, as long as we got it. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I didn't have to jump through a bunch of hoops to get it. I'm interested what you said, but you said you would have given Nowsite to the people free as CEO. So if you come to EMS and we built the team at Nowsite and prove this, you then grandfather offer. I don't know what you're talking about right there, Rakim. Just reach out to me. I'm trying to make sense of it. Just reach out to me, boss. You did see value way back in royalty days. Take what you can. If you can, go without losing everything. Make it work. I even seen value past the royalty days. I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, I saw value in my websites and the builders and all that. That's why I still have it. You know what I'm saying? 100%. I put 50 to 60 people in Nowsite in the last 6 to 9 months. Nice. Reach out to me, brother. It's Mo. Let me comment. When I first heard the news yesterday, my first thought was, hell nah. Then I calmed down and thought to myself, let me hear all sides of what's up. Yesterday, I talked to Quan, Carl Smith, Michael P., and Cheryl C. Oh, man, I wish you would say more. I wanted to see where you was going with that. You know what I mean? I gotta say it all. I give everybody comments. That's how they feel. All right. It says, I'm on late, so what's the scoop? Oh, man, rewind it. Catch it. If we do lead again, will we still have the savings app that you have available? If we do lead again, I don't have a savings app. Oh, you talk about from EMS 1.0? Nope, but guess what? You know who has it right now? Save Club. So Save Club has it. That's how I knew how good it was and all that, because we used to have that for EMS. So no, we no longer do that. I had to dumb everything down. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I felt like when I had a whole lot, people just didn't appreciate it, man. They didn't really grasp what we had. I think it was just too much. So now I just kind of laser focused everything on just social media automation. Is Nowsite done as an affiliate program? Yes. As a company, no. Play chess, not checkers, always. Too emotional, exactly. Never get your emotions involved. Just how Amazon reduced its commission structure for affiliates, because it's just business. Just business. It became Eric's company because their numbers were dropping, and Eric was a desperation move to keep growing. I wouldn't even say desperation. I would say it's just a smart move if you know that a person can move the needle to that extent. The only thing I wouldn't have gave up was, and I can't even say what I give up, like I said, because I'm thinking from a business standpoint, if I'm looking at actual numbers and one model things are dropping and another model, 30,000 people are signing up, we can say what works all we want. But that's a winning model right there. If I go put out something right now that I'm charging people $10,000 for and 50 people join, and instantly I make 500,000 again. That's the power of Eric Warrior, whatever he got going on. So love him or hate him, like him or not, what we can say is that he don't have enough influence to bring the people that got the money to spend on these things that you're trying to have them spend money on, versus, catering to a different demographic that don't have it, or that's living, barely getting by, and then boom, your business is putting around like that too. So again, I don't even look at that as desperation, because desperation, it means that you ain't really benefit from it, and you just pretty much gave up more than you gained. But they gained more than they probably gave up in that situation. Or even with them giving up, they gained enough, like I said, look where we're at. Over 100,000 people in the company now. Prior to that, it was 70. And they done bring on 3 big companies. So again, like I said, I can't front on that part. You know what I mean? Like I said, I cannot like how they did the business, but I can't hate on the business. We just didn't need him in our eco structure system and all that. You know what we needed? I'm just going to keep it real. What we needed was Eric Warrior's audience. That's what we need. We needed his exposure, like the exposure we can get, that he can get us. That's what we needed. That was like the best advertising, to be able to talk at GoPro and all that. That's what we needed. I'll never hate on that. But what we don't need, like, is him talking in our events and telling us how to market and use the systems, or him inviting us to his, coming up events and things, or the wife. That's what I could say. Yeah, we didn't really need that. No, we didn't need that at all. No, we was doing our thing just fine. I remember when haters would post bad stuff about Nowsite, how we all would gang up on them and beat them down. That's how much we love Nowsite, and that's how loyal we were to this company. Yep, that's a fact. Anytime they partners with corporate entities, the days were numbered. That's true too, though. Honestly, every single time companies partner up, like with the big money, that's when the problems kind of start for us, at least for the field. Elite was superb. Exactly, same here. I knew Justin was going to do that. All right. I'm trying to tell you. Check your inbox. All right, bro. I'll check it after this live. Right now, I'm just like I guess I'm putting everybody's comments up, so I don't leave nobody's comments. What does Elite Marketing Suite have included? When I had it last year, I know there was a lot of good tools and Savings Club. Yeah. Now it's all automation tools. So like automated posts, automated, get rid of all the dead weight on your friends list. Automated likes, go down the wall and like all the posts for the day. Automatic comments, stuff like that. We'll try EMS again. What is the cost again? Is it cost less than Save Club? It's $47 and $97. TikTok, let's go. EMS works the heck out of TikTok. Yeah, we're gonna run it up. If we want our Nowsite pay, should we wait to cancel after we get our money? You should get your money regardless, honestly. But he said that he's putting that button back on the 15th. You know what I mean? So I would at least wait to that and see. You know what I mean? So you can actually hit the thing. Otherwise, I guess you got to wait for them to send it to you. But even somebody that quit should still be getting their money. Like one has nothing to do with the other. You earned it. If we want our Nowsite, yeah, we already said that. Kwan, leader, zig, when companies zag, always leading by example. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you too, boss. Left master, get her done. Right next, don't look good on you. You silly. Let's get our money before we insult. Exactly. That's what I said. Play chess. Like, even if you are going to do all that, at least get your money first. Don't piss them off and then get nothing. And then you say, sue me. You want to talk at that best. Like, I'm just that type of person. Like I said, I'm not going to make waves for myself unnecessarily. I just commented on what Facebook decided to show me on my feed while you are live. Your post from 2021 talking about Nowsite forever. Well, I know, Chris, crazy. I woke up to that. That's crazy. Do we get Save Club deals with Elite Marketing Suite? Nope, because that's in Save Club now. My baby, your food is ready. Since some of us are now getting Nowsite for free, do you think we'll get a refund for paying a full year? Definitely contact support for that, for sure. Saving our teams, save our residuals too. Yep. If you ever need me to put some of your pages in our builder as templates, I'm happy to help with that as secondary opinion. Appreciate you, Mike Hobbs. That's actually the second builder I use. So if anybody don't want to use Nowsite and they want to use a different builder, I have affiliate to that as well. That's the other one I use. I like it because I can do replicated sites for my team real easy. So that's an excellent piece of software as well. But it's only just going to be websites, landing pages, capture pages, and you can also make a shop. No worries, I'll eat it. Michael burnt. Michael said, forget all that. Let's get this money. I'm trying to tell you, let's get this money, man. Akawai, do you realize that you still have 2 links to your Nowsite enrollment page in your bio? My Nowsite enrollment page? Show me what you're talking about. Send me an inbox, please. Appreciate you. Time to eat, Kwan. Your wife is calling. Oh, okay. I got you. That's what Michael was talking about. I know. We on. I got to eat 6 times a day, so we on a tight schedule. Bodybuilding. Man said, hell no. Not interested in Save Club, better with Elite Marketing Suite. I know, boss. I might bring it back, but, like I said, y'all wasn't doing enough for me. Hate to see companies close down things out of nowhere, but you always got to have plan B no matter what, even before you say, hell nah. True. And last but not least, thank you for all you do. Appreciate the honesty and keeping it real. Appreciate you, Kevin Davis. And hold up. Okay. So that brings us to the end. And I got to go eat. So again, guys, that's where we're at. Everybody should be getting paid on the 15th. I'm gonna speak to my team on how we should move forward. If we should integrate Nowsite, or if we should just leave well enough alone and just move on. And as I said, just move on. Either way it goes, EMS is the future. That's what I'm promoting. That's my company, EliteMarketingSuite.com. Go check it out. We'll be doing official webinars, Zooms, and all that. All I'm doing right now is just getting everything super tight and just making sure that when I really push and really go, that, you know, everything's working like I need it to be working, and, you know, we don't have a lot of issues. Right now, we have a few bugs that we're working out. I'm 100% transparent. The cool thing is that I have a very, 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 very on point dev team that stays on point for 24/7. So as soon as something breaks or something goes down or something's not working, I reach out to them. I give them that information, and usually within 24 hours, it's fixed. So you can rest assured that, you know, you're dealing with somebody that's got a lot of integrity, is going to be on top of it and making sure that you got the best we can offer. Nowsite may be done for many, but recognize you are your business, and anything we or you use is just a tool. That's a fact. What's the link to the website builder? So reach out to me in my inbox, and I'll give you the link to the website builder. So, yep. So if anybody need a website builder outside of Nowsite, let me know. And if you're ready to rock it out with EMS, then you can do that as well. And you can also get your links from anybody that was in Nowsite first. Reach out to them and see if they're in EMS. So, yeah, get your Nowsite upline for an EMS link for sure. If anybody comes in under corporate, just let me know if they was on your team, and I have no problem with moving them up under you until things is like not so hectic. So some people I know might have came in already. That's fine. If they're on your team, just say, hey, look, I'm on Michael's team. I want to be put up under Michael, and then I'll put you up under Michael in EMS. Okay? So we'll try to keep all the structure staying, and then, you know, after about 2 weeks, then that's that. Wherever you're at, that's where you're at. We don't just be moving and moving and moving. But in the first couple of weeks, I'm willing to move if someone accidentally gets placed, because I know it's pandemonium. Some people might just go to corporate and get involved. So what I recommend doing at this point is reaching out to your upline and saying, hey, do you got a link with EMS? Are you in Kawan's new thing? And if they say, yeah, get the link. If not, tell them, say, hey, you know I'm about to join, right? So get your link before I join. If not, I'm going with Kawan. Well, not Kawan, but the company. And then that's how we'll do that. Okay? All right, guys. So I'll keep you updated. The more I know, you know. Again, our deal's not etched in stone as far as going forward. So things can change. And if it do change, I'll let you know. And you let me know. So if this is a good idea for you, you want to be part of this, you want me to keep Nowsite in my platform, and you get it just through EMS, let me know. If you say, screw all that, come on, we moving forward, I have no desire to have Nowsite in the platform, let me know that as well, okay? And we're going to make our final decision based off what the people say. Fair enough? Appreciate you. Peace.